Before I start this video, I have a Facebook group called Job Seekers in Germany. This is one of the most active Facebook groups I can tell you for job seekers for any kind of job. The first link in the description, that's where you can be part of. And yeah, if you have any questions, I have my team members who are part of this Facebook group. What's up, BEATNIKERS? Welcome back to my channel once again. If you're new here, consider subscribing because I feel that my goal is to bring in the most delicious thinking and enhance your intellect to escape velocity. Let's start today's day. Today's video is mainly for job seekers visa guys who are thinking of applying for job seekers visa. But before I go ahead and talk about job seekers or whether it's better for you to come here for studies, there are a few things which I want to address. Now, one important thing before you proceed from here on, I'm not here to tell you what is better, which is, should I go for job seekers, should I go for studies? It's up to you to decide what is better. I'm going to be putting all the points in front of you guys for job seekers and for studies, and then you have to decide, okay, maybe after giving some thought, what is better for you. Also, I've said this multiple times, if you think of coming on a job seekers visa, please, I'm requesting you, please give some time to yourself into preparation. Getting job seekers is not a big deal. Please don't go to that nearest consultant next to your house just because he's getting your job seekers visa. The real struggle starts once you are here in this country. Let me tell you, not just motivation, but also it's going to cost you a lot of money. Here, just living can cost you 50 to 60,000 rupees just giving away like that. For your stay, for your insurance, for your food. But the actual goal is not even getting fulfilled, which is getting a job. So you have to come with a better planning, better strategy. What am I going to do the first 15 days? What am I going to do in next 25 days? What am I going to do in next 2 months? Am I going to be applying jobs sitting here in the room? Or am I going to be going out, shaking hands, talking to people, trying some way to reach people physically? Because there is no difference between sitting in a room and applying in Germany versus sitting in India in your room and applying. Let me tell you, job seekers visa has changed millions of lives here. Okay, a lot of people have got a job. You just can't be like, okay, I'm gonna come here and then see what happens. Some people reach out to us and say like, hey, can I convert this to study visa? No, you cannot convert job seekers visa to study visa. You will have to exit the country to apply for studies. Job seekers visa can only be converted to full-time work permit, or depending on your salary, whether you fall in the blue card category or not. It cannot be converted to any other visa. Then the other question job seekers also have is, can I extend my job seekers visa? No, you cannot. In worst case scenario, I have seen in the 5th or 5.5 months, if some people have applied for a job and they are waiting for the results to come, they go to Dhure, which is the foreign office, and tell the authorities there like, I'm waiting for my results, can I get a bit more extension to stay just to see what is my results going to be like. And in that case, yes, they have extended for 2 months, 3 months, maximum 3 months I've seen. I had to quickly come back to the office because there was some meeting happening here. Anyway, so this is our new office. I'm yet to make a video. We haven't branded it well the way we are supposed to with the logos and stuff. Space is quite huge. Anyway, let's continue the video. Also, one more thing which I would like to highlight at this stage is, see, I'm not being ignorant. The kind of profile, the kind of people who apply for job seekers, they are very much into their industry. They have good amount of responsibilities. Some of them also have kids at home. Some of them have good amount of financial responsibilities. Some of them are the bread earners for their family. Now, all of a sudden, if I bring in this whole idea of, hey, how about you go and study at this age, this is where my next point comes into picture. Age is not a restriction here. Let me tell you, when I was studying MBA here in this country, I was the youngest in my class. When I started my MBA, I was 25 when I came to Germany. It's been like 3.5 years now. If I tell you would actually say that I'm exaggerating or I'm kidding. The oldest guy in our class was 63 years age. Education in Germany always has a place. If you want to study, definitely you will get a place. I think what would be fair at this stage is, how about I give you the pros and cons of job seekers and for studies. Now, I would not be getting into too much in depth, but wait a second. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to quickly walk you through the pros and cons of job seekers first, and then we're going to go to studies, okay? There's some lighting problem right now, but bear with me with that. So all these pros and cons, what I've made, these were quickly which came to my mind. It could totally relate and totally change as per your situation. First thing is, of course, you get 6 months visa to test your skills.
So you're not investing too much of your time in this country where the tax is high and the prices what you pay for living is quite high. And within 6 months you should know, is this the place where you want to be? Second point of what I've written is low budget experience. It's low budget, you're not spending much, you get to stay in this country for 6 months. This is where, which city do you prefer to go and work, or which city do you prefer to go for job seekers totally comes into. Third point what I've written is you get to do the field test and you get to understand where are you in the whole system. And this is so important. A lot of newspapers would try to sell you this whole idea of there are so much employment available in Germany, but let me tell you, it's not the case of everybody. Like, you have to find your place in the whole system. This is what my last point complements the previous point, which is you will get a job in this country only if you fall under the skill job. What I've written is skill job has a high success rate. Try to find if your job is under skill job or not. If not, then hey, you know what? Studies is the best option. Let's discuss what are the negatives of job seekers visa. I'm sure you can relate to this first point, which is it's a high risk step which you're taking in your life. The money what you're investing and the time what you're investing and the job which you will be leaving back home to come on a different venture, it is a high risk area. But again, life rewards people who take high risk. The second point is bad planning can lead you to bad results. That's what I said in the beginning of the video, that you come with a plan and you stick to your plan, and it works really fine here. Last point here, what I've written is this job seekers visa cannot be converted to any other visa than the work visa, as I said in the beginning again. Now let's talk about studies. What if your job is not under skill job? What if you have a dream of coming to Germany? You have a dream of coming to Europe in general. How about looking out for study options? If you think that you can still take that risk of investing not a bit more but a lot more, it's not a lot to be honest, getting a degree compared to US or any other place in the world. Europe is still affordable. You can still get your work done, studies, living and everything in 20 to 30,000 euros. Okay, that's the margin what I'm talking. So before I talk about education or study part, there are a few things which I would like to keep in front of you. Number one is your age. Yes, it is a big factor in this whole process, and to overcome this hurdle, what you can do is you can apply into executive education. You can go ahead and apply for executive MBA. You can go ahead and apply for regular MBA. You can go ahead and apply for master's program. If you have completed your master's, how about applying for one more master's, maybe a bit more advanced level, maybe a executive education. It is doable. Now, second point is very practical. I mean, come on, we all know that if you're taking education as a reason, it's a vehicle for you to bring you to Germany, to bring you to France. So make sure that you don't make this whole thing look like you're desperate here because you couldn't go on job seekers visa, now you're going on a study visa. Try to avoid that, and there is a way for that. Third point is I can suggest you for studies only for someone who has a 3 to 7 years of experience. Again, even if you have more than that, it's still fine. There are universities in France and Germany. Some of the top ones are in Europe. They are based in France and in Germany. Let's talk about the advantages of if you choose to go ahead with studies. So these are the points for studies. So first point what I've written is it's a very secured way of coming to Germany or France for studies. Second point what I've written is stay back option. Thinking of stay back, if you want to study in Germany, then post completion of your studies you get 18 months to find a job. You can go ahead and do 1 year of masters. That's the shortest you can have to avail this 18 months of job search in Germany. If you study 1 year also, 1 year of masters in France, you get 2 years of job search visa. So I'm sure you're technically getting 3.5 years to find one job. Third point what I've written is you're technically buying a time by investing that much money. And fourth point is this is exactly a way to climb your ladder up onto the job which you want. Fourth point also means that once you have a degree from Germany or France, it is very, very, very easy for employers to hire you. And lastly, it's the learning of language along with other education what you're doing. So you have a degree from the country, you know the language, now who's gonna stop you to get a job? Yes, and this whole thing, the study thing, is only applied in a private university. Yeah, these are the points which I wanted to keep in front of you. Think wisely. If you need any support, like professional, pro level support, reach out to us. I'm pretty sure we can help you guys. If you need some kind of counseling, if you need some kind of expert advice from here, from Germany, from France, let us know. Okay, both the countries I would highly recommend when it comes to studies. So here's also an example I want to keep in front of you. So some people, I'm talking about someone who's like 35-40 years of age today. When they were doing bachelor's back in the times, they did it in BCom, they did it in BA arts, and then one of the uncles got them into graphic designing or some sort of language learning, like coding language learning. Eventually they spend their whole career now into IT field, but their education, which is their bachelor's, and their big chunk of work experience don't match. With that logic, you're not going to get job seekers, because job seekers always have to comply with bachelor's and the experience where you have worked. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Alright guys, so on this note, I would like to say goodbye. If you got some knowledge, please feel free to share this video. Hitting that thumbs up button always increases the motivation to do more. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.